Hello, Verbling. Hope you're all having a great day today. My name is Lauren, and this is a class, as you know, number 1 of 3 on expressions. So this class is on English expressions or idioms, which is just a fancy way of saying English expressions. What we're going to do is we're going to come up with class notes together, and I will explain one of the expressions, and then you will think of examples, and we will add it to our class notes. So that this should be fun, I'm hoping. Hello, Muhammad. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you.
Good, good. Muhammad, do you by any chance have earphones? Do you have headphones like this?
No, I'm listening from the
Speakers.
Speakers. Okay.
Speakers, that's okay. During the class, I might have to keep you on mute because when I speak, it comes out of your speakers and then goes back into your microphone. So we hear my voice twice coming from your...
Okay, I keep my microphone to off.
Yes, yes, just keep it on mute, and next time please come with headphones, okay?
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you. Great, and we have, is that Nohe? Nohi?
Noe.
Noe. Hi, Noe.
Yeah.
How are you doing
Hi.
today?
Hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Good.
Good, good. Great, and we have, is that Tuong? Tuong or Thuong Nguyen? I don't think I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry. But Tuong, I cannot hear you. I don't know if you are speaking. If you are speaking, we cannot hear you, so you might be on mute. If you are on mute, click the red button right here on your screen at the top right corner of your screen. I will come back to you. Oh, there you are. Hi, Tuong. I did not hear what you said there. Can you repeat what you said, Tuong? One more time, Tuong. Tuong, I'm going to give you a minute for your internet connection to adjust. I will come back to you. Okay, and we have Carlos. Carlos, how are you doing? Welcome back.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm great, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you. Great, and we have Ursin. Hi, Ursin. Ursin, I cannot hear you. You might be on mute as well. So if you are on mute, you can click the top right corner of your screen. There will be a red button. Oh, you have a problem with the microphone. I see you're writing in the chat. Okay, if you can get your microphone to work, great. And if not, we may need to open the spot in the class for someone else. So we will see. Yes, Talita, you do need a better internet connection. I see you're writing in the chat. You should get a better internet connection because I look forward to you coming to class. Okay, and we have a Goliath.
How are you, Lauren?
I'm great. How are you doing?
You look great today.
Stop it.
This is, what do you say in French? Courtoisie. I don't know what you say in English.
Courtoisie?
Polite. Courtoisie. To be
polite, like
to respect women.
We call this a courtesy.
Okay, I don't know.
A courtesy. I put it in the chat.
Just I have something to say about internet. We have an option to reduce or to adjust the internet income and out in the top for those who has a slow internet.
Oh, you can adjust the bandwidth?
Yes, if you have low or a good internet, you just adjust it and try and test it. I did it and it's working great.
Oh, I see. Okay. You know what? Give me 1 second. I'm going to type that into the chat because I think that I really think that the students should know this. So
It's in the top near the camera and the mic option. I don't. It's written in French in my PC. I don't know in English. Just the conception of bande passante. I don't know. Yeah, bond. That's it. That's it. Okay, that's it.
okay, so I tried to put that in the chat. So this can be for maybe for Talita or anyone who has a slow-ish internet. I just want to say quickly to everyone, I am not able to write, so I'm not able to type and speak anymore at the same time on Google Hangouts, because Google changed the Hangouts so that you are not allowed to speak at the same time that you are typing, because your computer is now going to listen and hear you typing, and it will shut off your microphone right away. It is very annoying for us teachers, of course, because while we are speaking, we want to be replying to people in the chat. So it is very hard, but I just want everyone to know that if you are typing, this will probably happen to you as well. Okay, so Tuong, did you get your microphone working?
Yeah.
Yes?
Can you hear me, teacher?
I can hear you, but there's also some background noise. Is there a TV or people talking in the background?
Yes. Currently, we call he very noisy. And okay, I will change what possible. Please continue.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
And Tuong, what you can do is, it would be great if you could, number one, make sure you are wearing headphones. Make sure you're wearing headphones. And also, we might put you on mute. So make sure if you want to ask a question, you take yourself off of mute. Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to unmute yourself? To take yourself off silence? Maybe you're on mute right now. I'm not, oh. So, Tuong, we might mute you during class. I just want to let you know that.
Yes.
Okay. Great. And we have Jose, or is that Jose?
Hi, Lori.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, good. And welcome back, Furkan. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Good, good. I don't know if I told you this already, but nice haircut.
It's been almost a month.
Then I have told you. Great. And we have, okay, Mohammed. Mohammed, is everything working for you?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Good. I just wanted to make sure your microphone is working.
Okay.
Good. And we have Toti.
Yes, hello.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I think that we can get started. First off, would someone like to explain, I put it in the class description, what is an idiom? An idiom and an expression are kind of like the same thing. Can someone try to explain that?
It's very hard.
Yes, yes it is. See, I can't, so I'm getting you to do it because it's too hard.
Okay, we'll try.
Sure.
I think idiom is an expression that shows a hidden meaning. At least I tried.
Good, good. I'm writing this down.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't know if it is right or wrong.
So I put that in the chat there. Thank you so much, Goliath. So an idiom is when a group of words have a hidden meaning that does not mean exactly what the words mean. There is a deeper meaning. So sometimes these idioms are like metaphors, which means that you are comparing something in real life, you are comparing something that's happening to another situation. So I gave the example of saying something is a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. This is a very common English expression. When we say, oh, that was a piece of cake, it means that was very easy. Because if you imagine like a birthday cake, if you take a knife and you go to cut the birthday cake, with a knife, it will be very easy to cut through it. It will be very easy to cut through it. It will just be easy. It is not difficult. So
Why not? Why not to eat it? It's easy to eat a piece of cake. Not
yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's very easy to eat a piece of cake. Yeah. Yeah, so that's how you can remember that expression. When someone talks about a piece of cake, remember, it is easy to cut through, and it is easy to look at it and eat it.
I have an idiom. I don't know if I remember it well. They say it's raining cats and dogs.
Yes, and what do you think that means?
It means it's raining heavily. It's pouring. I don't know if I remembered it well.
Oh, that's exactly what it means, but unfortunately I can't speak and say, yes, that's what it is while I'm typing. So I put it in the chat there. It is like, it's raining cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs means it is raining so much, it might as well be raining cats and dogs because the rain is so heavy. It is raining so heavily, like pouring rain, like buckets of rain. So that's exactly what it means. That's a great idiom. Thank you, Goliath. And welcome, Talita.
Yay!
Yay! Did you hear what we said about bandwidth?
Yes, but I was quickly to put the button join the class.
Oh, good, good. Yes, I don't know. Maybe there is yeah, I don't know what to say because your internet connection when you are in class is good.
Yes, I don't know what's happening, and especially in your classes, my internet's slow. I don't know why. It's a bad joke with me.
Maybe your computer doesn't like me, but that's okay.
Oh, he will like you. He will like you.
You will tell your computer to like me.
Yeah.
Great. So I think that you can all see that link that I posted at the beginning of class. I'm going to post it one more time so that you can see. And for everyone who is maybe in the Google chat, I prefer using the Verbling chat because I think it is great because you can see all of your classmates' contributions or everything that they think, which is always a really, really good idea.
Lori, in Canada, I have the expression "it's raining knives." Knives.
It's raining knives.
Like this.
I've never heard of that expression before.
Yeah, here in Brazil, we have this expression that it's the same meaning of raining cats and dogs.
Oh, okay, yes. No, we don't have that one in English, but that's interesting. So I guess probably every culture, every language has some kind of version of this expression. Yes.
So it's a bad idea to go to Brazil.
Yes,
I don't wanna be hurt.
the rain will hurt you. Okay, great. So let's get started on our expressions. But before I get started, does anyone have another question about an idiom or expression that they have heard? No? Okay, great. Woo, did you all hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I think it was coming from you, Talita. There was like a beep.
It's raining in Brazil.
Maybe. Maybe.
No, I unmute my mic. Impossible.
That's strange. That's strange. But that's okay though. Okay, so as you know, we're doing expressions and idioms. And we can try to first guess the meanings. But we've already done some of these, and this is going to be like my homonyms classes. We're going to continue these for a while because there are so many and they're so fun. So as you can see, this is our idiom, for example, to see eye to eye, and then we are going to come up with these examples together as a class. We're going to come up with them as a class together, and then I'm going to save the document, and you will all be able to access the document whenever you want to, and you will be able to see all of the examples. Michael is asking, what does it mean rolling in the deep?
No clue.
Have an idea?
No clue.
I'm just looking at this right now because I don't actually know what it means, but I've heard it a lot of times.
Song, maybe?
It is the name of a song, yes.
And
But
then songs.
I think it means when you are very deep into a problem, like because the deep would be like the deep sea. Okay, so here's the answer I found. Rolling in the deep is what a ship far out at sea in the sea does. So in old-fashioned poetic language. So the image is of like a small ship tossed on a very deep, dark ocean. Oh yes, this is true. Because when I was in university, my father said to me one time, "Girl, you are rolling in the deep. You are rolling in the deep." And this meant that I was I was like a small boat, a tiny boat, in a big, big problem, or in a big, big storm. Yes, that's a good one. Thank you, Michael, for that one. Because I learned about that today too, because I've heard of it many times, but I didn't really know what it meant. Okay, great. Do we have Abby here? Is Abby watching too? Oh, hi, Abby. How are you? Hi, Abby. Okay, let's continue. So let's start over here. We've got missed the boat. We did this one last night. Did anyone see this one? Did anyone see this one last night? This is the only one I will review from last night. What does it mean if you missed the boat?
You missed an opportunity?
Yeah, yes. So you've missed an opportunity. And maybe Goliath, you can think of an example for us.
Maybe there is an offer to work abroad with good money, but I arrived late to apply for this job, so I missed the boat.
Great example.
I didn't say teaching.
Oh, did I say teaching?
It's okay. It's a good example. No, keep it. Keep it, please.
No, no,
I
no.
like it.
I didn't mean to. That was a mistake. That's so funny. Because I want to teach abroad next year.
Yeah, I teach here in Brazil.
That would be so fun. I have so many Brazilian students. Does anyone have another example for if you've missed the boat? If you imagine when you are there's a boat and the boat is sailing away and you are running towards the boat, but then you get to the water and the boat is already gone. You have missed the boat, but this boat represents an opportunity. So this is an opportunity that is gone. This means the exact same thing as that ship has sailed. We say this as an expression that means you missed the boat. You can say, so here's an example. So, for example, let's say you are a woman. You and a woman or man were in a relationship. You were in a relationship, and the person you did something bad, and the person decided they did not want to be with you anymore. They did not want to be your man or your woman anymore. And the rest of your life, you sit there and you say, oh, I miss them, I wish, why did I do this, why did I do this? Your friend could say, listen, that ship has sailed, move on, get over it.
Don't cry over spilled milk.
Good, that's a really good one. That's a really good one. We have this soon, so I'll go to that one right away. Okay, that's an example. And I have spilled milk. Here, don't cry over spilt milk. So, have you heard this one before?
Yes, of course. I
Yes.
always.
Yes.
Good. And what does that one mean?
Means what is done is done. There's no use or benefit to cry for something doesn't help to cry. That's it.
If you make a mistake, you make.
This is good. So, for example, crying over a test that you failed next week. You cannot go back in time. So if the reason that example, that expression is there is, let's say this was milk. Let's say this is milk, and I spill the milk. It is impossible for me to take the milk and put it back into the cup because it has spilt. So if it is impossible for me to do this, why am I going to sit there and say, oh, I spilled the milk. I'm so upset. I spilled the milk. There are bigger things right now that I can worry about instead of worrying about this because I cannot change the fact that I spilled the milk. So that's what that one means. Great. Let's continue. So we've finished this one, but we're still all the way up here. Great. Okay. What about this one? Have you heard of this one before? To kill two birds with one stone?
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes 3 birds.
Here is 2 rabbits.
Or 2 rabbits. Oh, do you have that in Brazil? Kill 2 rabbits?
Yeah, with 1 stone.
Kill 2 rabbits with 1 stone. Oh, I see. So you have this one in Brazil.
Yes, without the birds, but with habits.
Interesting. So in English, we have it with birds. We have kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Talita or Furkan, why don't you guys think of examples for what we could do about with this as an example?
I go to the shopping to buy clothes and pay my bill. I will kill two birds with one stone.
Great, great. And you'll hear very often might as well. Might as well. Here, I'll explain that in a second. Great. So that's great. So I mean, that is easy to understand because you're taking one stone, you throw it in the air, and you are able to kill two birds. So that means that's good. But I was wondering, have you heard of that? Might as well?
Mm-hmm.
Might as well?
No.
Can someone try to explain that one? What does might as well mean?
We can also say.
Yeah, exactly. Like almost like we can also say. Yes. Does anyone else have an idea?
About what? About this one?
Well, for might as well. For might as well. Might as well. It means like go ahead. So here's an example. You say it when might as well, it's hard to explain. It means it makes sense to do something. So let's say I am going to the store and someone says, "Do we need more salt?" And I say, I don't know, I don't remember. Or do we need more apples? I don't remember. And my friend will say, well, might as well get some anyway because we will eat it eventually. Might as well means it doesn't matter if we do or don't, but might as well because it will not be bad if you do it. Right? So might as well is like another way of saying if you have the opportunity to do something, you might as well do it. It means like to go ahead and do something. It should cause no harm or effort to do something. If no one has suggested anything better, but that's not quite an expression as much as it is just a common thing that we say. Does anyone have any questions about might as well or kill two birds with one stone?
No.
No, we're good? Okay. There's Furkan. Furkan gave a good example. Can you explain that example, Furkan?
The best thing that I can do right now is start studying. So I might as well start studying.
Yeah. So let's say Furkan is spending his whole day on watching TV. He's watching TV all day, and his mother comes in and says, Furkan, don't you have studying to do? You should start your studying. He might say, oh, might as well. Like, yeah, it's probably a good idea. Why not? I should do this. Good. Okay, let's continue. So we have this next one here, which means on the ball. Have you heard this one before?
No.
I heard keep an eye on the ball.
Keep your eye on the ball. Oh, that is a sports term. And that literally means watch the ball in the sports game. So you're playing soccer or football, your coach will say, keep your eye on the ball. That is an actual, they mean look at the ball. But this one, when someone says you are on the ball.
Maybe you have qualifications?
Say that one more time, Mohammed. Maybe you have the qualifications?
Qualifications. Maybe?
Oh, sort of. It's sort of like that because it means when someone is very organized or understands a situation well. So A good example is, I'm going to use Sam as an example. I don't know, has anyone here been to one of Sam's classes on verbling? Oh, I know Furkan has.
Do you know
Anyone
what
else?
happened to her computer?
I think her cat ruined it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know, I feel so bad. But this is an example. I went to university with Sam. She is another verbling teacher, and I remember thinking she is always busy. She has friends. She does really well in school. She is always organized. She always has her work done. She has a job. She is really on the ball. On the ball means that you are always organized. If you imagine a ball, okay, this is a ball. And let's say there's a big ball like this. Is it easy or difficult to stand on the ball?
Of course not.
It's really difficult to actually stand on the ball. But if this is your life and the ball is like your life and all of the things you have to do, most people, like me sometimes, or I like to think most of the time I'm on the ball, but sometimes I'm wobbling. I'm like, oh my God, I have so much. I have my verbling classes, I have my cooking, I have this in my school, and you know, you get stressed and you think, oh, how am I going to get everything done in a small amount of time? This means that, like, if you imagine a ball, you're kind of like falling off the ball. And most people experience this. But sometimes when you are very organized, you're very organized. Do you know this word, organized?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you're really organized, everything is done on time. You arrive everywhere early. You are very reliable. You are always you are on the ball. So this is an example when you're really organized with your life.
Can we say someone who master his life is on the ball?
Absolutely, absolutely. So one of the biggest things about being on the ball as well is that you are organized and you understand how to set your priorities. What is a priority?
Something, more important things to do. The more important things to focus on. It's a priority, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There is a word I would like to say in priorities is when you have issues and you have to do priorities, we say triage. I don't know if you heard about this.
Triage?
It's in English. It's French, but it's also triage when you are in a battle. There is injured people. You have to save the most needed people. We say triage. So it's priorities.
Oh, I have not heard of that expression before. But or that word before, but you learn something new every day. I mean, I'm learning something new every day.
It does exist in English. I checked once.
It does exist.
When you decide which patient you will heal in need because you don't have enough stuff to work, especially.
Oh, so maybe that is why I have not heard of it, because it's probably used in hospitals.
Yes, and it's priorities. You're dealing with priorities. That's just an example.
Right, right. So priorities are like, for example, if you have number one is school, number two is your no. Number one is your family. Number two is your friends. Number three is school. Number four is your job. So these are things that you order your life. You put them in order. of what is most important. So people who are on the ball are very organized because they always know what comes first and second and third, and they're very good at getting those priorities in place. Very good at getting their priorities straight. Okay? When we say
on the ball, it's only a compliment that someone makes to you. If you say, "Oh, I'm on the ball," it's something. It sounds a little bit self-confidence too much.
yes, absolutely. I mean, if you were making a joke, then you could make a joke about it. For example, like I could say, let's say I forgot to post the link. One day I forgot to post the link in my chat. Actually, Furkan, you were there my first Verbling class. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was a disaster. I did not know how to I did not know how to use the Google Hangout. So I got here and I said, "Okay, open up the link," and everyone said, "What link?" What link? And I said, "I don't know. I thought you would just have it." So I didn't understand. I was not on the ball, but I kept saying, "I'm really on the ball today," like a joke, because I was not on the ball.
Okay.
But if you are organized, it would be a little bit self-confident or overconfident to say, "Look at me, I'm on the ball. All my priorities are straight, and I'm so perfect." It would not be a good thing to say. Good question, Talita. Okay, so I think we understand that one. Are there any more questions about that? Okay, good. Let's move on. Oh my gosh. Yes, Furkan, I remember that. Furkan is saying that day I kept muting everyone and posting the links because I did not understand what was going on. So that was a day that I was not on the ball. Okay, this is one that is called to cut corners. To cut corners or cutting corners. This is when something is done badly. So something is done badly or poorly to save money. Or poorly to save money. So as an example, let's say so I will show you the literal reason as to why cutting corners is not good. Let's say, if you imagine a street, a road, okay, an avenue, and on the corner, instead of it being like an actual corner of the street, instead of going around the corner on your car, you drive over the corner. So I'm trying to, okay, let's say this is a street. Okay, this is a street and this is a street. On your car, you are supposed to go like this and around the corner. You are supposed to go around the corner, but what if every day you do this? You drive in your car and you go like this. Okay? You are actually cutting this corner. And if everyone did this, then over time, over a long time, so every day you're going like this. Eventually, you will ruin this part of the road. So this part of the road is going to break.
Mm-hmm.
That part of the road is going to break because you keep cutting that corner. This is an expression that we use for anything. So let's say you buy something and you pay a very, very little money. It is very, very cheap. It is bad quality, so it's going to break very soon. If you buy bad quality clothes, they're going to break sooner because the person who made the clothes was cutting corners to make more money.
Yes.
Do you understand? So, for example, let's say this cup was very bad quality, but I bought it for $1. I only bought it for $1, but the person who made this cup cut corners to make it so inexpensive, so cheap that people will buy it. But then one day I go to pick up my tea and the handle breaks. And the handle breaks. This is because the manufacturer, the person who was making the cup, was cutting corners.
I have an example.
Great. What is your example?
When, especially we're facing this when constructor people or entrepreneur, when they cheat in the amount of cement and the steel to save money. So they raise a building, but it's not really strong. A small or earthquake could fall it apart, I think. And we're facing this a lot. It's kind of cheating.
So that is a great example, and this happens all over the world. This happens with roads, with streets as well. There are little holes in the street when you are driving, and there's a big hole in the street. The people who fix the streets will not put enough cement. So cement is the stuff that makes roads. It is like that gray stuff. Like this. It is the gray stuff. So the example I wrote down here is that many construction companies try to cut corners by using bad quality cement and less building materials. They do this to save money, but because they are cutting corners like this, these buildings do not last very long. Right? Does anyone else have another example? Maybe we can hear from, welcome Michael. Welcome Michael.
Welcome.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Fine. Great.
Good, good. Michael, maybe you can think of another example for cutting corners for us.
Okay. I have bought the cheap shoes. So I cutting the corner, but the cheap shoes not stay longer. Not
Yes,
last.
they will not last long.
Not last long. Right? Yes.
Yes. To last is actually, although it means like the opposite of first and last, another definition for last means when something is going to stay for a long time, when something will stay and not break for a long time. Great example. Great
Thanks.
example. Thank you so much. Great, so let's continue then, unless there are any questions about this. For Khan, it's a good question. For Khan asks, is reducing the cost of a product always considered cutting corners? Not necessarily. Cutting corners is always about when quality, so when the quality of something is jeopardized, or when the quality of something is made less good.
It's just like when you go shopping and you inside a store and you see a jeans, and the jean is bad quality, but it's a high price. Something like that.
Yes, so people could still be cutting corners even when the price is very high. So they are trying to save themselves money. They don't care about you, the consumer. They are trying to save themselves money. This happens very often with cars, because the person who makes the car wants to sell the car for a high price, for the vehicle for a high price, but you don't know that it is bad quality, because how could you know? You do not look at a car and tell that it is bad quality. I'm just going to finish writing this. So cutting corners does not just mean trying to reduce the price of something. It means that the quality So this word here, jeopardized means that it is put in danger. So the quality of something is put in danger. It is lowered, less quality, made worse. So sometimes we cut corners, like for example, my door to my house was letting air in. It was letting air in. But instead of fixing the door, I cut corners and I added like a piece of tape that was very thick to the outside of the door so that it would stop air from coming in from outside in the winter when it was very cold, to try to stop air, but that only lasted 1 month. If I had fixed the door, it would last 5 years. So I was cutting corners to save money, but the quality of my fix, of the thing that I fixed, was very low, very bad quality. So we can cut corners all the time, and often...
Yes, I have a saying, a stitch on time save 9.
A stitch, say it one more time.
A stitch on time.
A stitch
save
of...
9. On time. Stitch.
A stitch on time saves time?
Save 9. When you do a stitch on time and you heal something and you fix it, you will save, you will prevent a catastrophe.
That is so true. That is so true. So Goliath is saying a stitch. A stitch is like when you are, like for example, you are sewing something like this. This is like sew, so this is a needle, a little needle, and I have a thread, and I am stitching. Stitching. Do you understand stitching?
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
used
great.
also for a cat.
For cats. What does it mean for cats?
Wound?
Injuries.
Mm.
Wounds, yes.
Is it a stitch or one stitch?
A stitch, 1. In time save 9. So it's like better to prevent. Is better is better than to face a catastrophe or problem later. It is the same in French, but not same meaning.
Okay, okay, so then to wait until it needs.
Yes, that's it.
Right, right. That's a good one. That's a good one. A stitch in time, save 9. We don't, I haven't heard that expression very often, but it is still one that I have heard before. I just kind of forgot about it. So yeah, a stitch in time, save 9. It means it's better to fix something when it starts breaking than to wait until the problem gets much worse, because the problem will get worse and worse over time. It is like you will need 9 times the amount of help.
Excuse me, teacher, maybe it saves with S, no? Because it's a stitch. Saves.
Saves
Yeah.
9.
Yes.
Saves 9. Yes, great, great. Yay, teamwork. Great. Are there any questions about this one up here, to cut corners? Any questions about that one?
No.
Think we're good? Okay, great. And Robson says this, yes, it's better to be safe than sorry. Better to be safe than sorry. I'm going to put that down here as well, because
I posted once in my Facebook, this one. Better safe than sorry.
similar to it's better to be safe than sorry.
Lauren?
Yes, Talita.
Once I had a class with Hina in Berlin, and she's teaching some expression, not idioms, but the expression that she bring to the class, she brought to the class, is that's the way of cookie crumbles.
Yeah, I love that one. Okay, let's add that one. I did not add it this time, but let's. This is a really good one. If you take a cookie, and you took the cookie and you started crumbling it in your hands like this. So you have a delicious cookie in your hand and you start going like this. What will happen?
Squeeze.
Broken.
Yeah, it will break, and the things that fall are called crumbs. Crumbs. The things that fall are called crumbs. Can you control, with your eyes, can you control how the crumbs are going to fall on the table? Can you say, okay, I want this crumb to go there, and I want this crumb to go there, and I want this crumb to go right down there? You cannot control where the crumbs go. This means that sometimes you cannot control your life. You cannot control other people's lives. You cannot control where the crumbs of time crumble. You cannot control certain things. That's what it means.
Does it mean that we can't control small things?
Yeah, or even big things, right? For example, sometimes the first time I heard this example was because I was, well, sorry, not the first time. Just one time that I've heard it was when I started teaching, and I had a student of mine had many problems and did not come to school, did not do their homework, very bad relationship with her parents, and I kept trying to help her. I kept trying to help her, and she did not take my help. And I said, I was talking to another teacher, and I said, I am so sad that I cannot help her. And I'm so angry because her parents are not helping her and the situation. And the teacher said, well, you can't control where the cookie crumbles. You can try to help the situation, but you can't control where the cookie crumbles. This means I cannot control her situation. I can try to help her, but if I cannot help her, it is not my fault. I can't sit there and say, okay, this is how I want your life to go, and this is how I want your life to go, and right?
You did at least your best.
I've done my best, and after that, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, or if you studied a lot for a test and you failed. I think it's another example. Maybe you were too nervous during the test. I don't know.
Yes, that's good. Does anyone have any questions about this one? No, I think we're good. Okay, this is a funny one. This is a funny one. Have you heard of this one? I heard it straight from the horse's mouth.
I heard horse sense, but not this one.
You haven't heard this one? What about anyone else? Has anyone else heard this one before?
Yeah,
Yeah? Oh, Abdul, did you say something?
yeah.
Oh, you have heard of it. Great. Abdul, maybe you can give us the example for this one. Maybe you can think of an example for this one.
Yeah, when somebody gives you first-hand information, you know, like,
Great.
let's say if you are working in a newspaper or in a news channel and somebody gives you information and you say that, you know, my sources are credible, you know, and this is their first-hand information, and, you know, I can rely on this information, this is true. So when you hear something straight from a responsible person.
Great, great. What about like maybe an example of that?
Maybe for rumors, when we hear rumors and you ask someone, he will say, I heard it straight from the horse mouth.
Let's think of a rumor.
Maybe a rumor that the boss will rise the salary of the employees. The guy say, no way. The other guy say, I heard it from the horse mouth.
Right? So this means if you heard it straight from the horse's mouth, that means you heard the boss actually say, I'm going to raise your salaries. This is a great example. This is a great example. Great. Thank you so much. Great. And thank you, Abdul, for that great explanation here. We've got a big, a nice definition here for that one. Okay, let's continue. So we've got something costs an arm and a leg. This one is pretty easy. It just means that if something was so expensive, you had to cut your arm off and give your arm to someone in order to get that thing. So that this is an example of, or you have to cut your leg off and your arm in order to get something. We use this as a joke, like, oh my goodness, my phone is so expensive. My phone costs an arm and a leg. It does not actually cost an arm and a leg, but this is the joke that we make. This is the joke that we make. Carlos, maybe you can think of an example for us for this one. Carlos?
Yes.
Carlos, maybe you can think of an example for something costs an arm and a leg.
Okay, maybe I had to study so hard in order to pass an exam, and so it almost cost me an arm and leg.
Oh, I see. So you were saying like it almost cost me an arm and a leg, but for this one, it needs to be something that has money attached to it. So you could say the exam. Here, I can't write and type at the same time, so I'm going to use your example, but just change it a little bit.
Okay.
So you could say, I needed to study very hard for the exam because it cost me an arm and a leg to write it. This means in order to write the exam, you had to pay a lot of money to someone to write the exam. So if you fail it, then you lose all of your money. Right?
Can we say about
Right.
relationship the same? Relationship. It cost me this relationship because it was a bad relationship.
I see. So you were saying something cost you something like inside of you. It cost me lots of emotions or lots of grief.
Emotion and troubles.
Yes. But the thing is, Goliath, with this particular expression, we only use it when something is expensive.
Money.
In terms,
Okay.
it costs a lot of money.
Okay, it's only money. Okay.
Yes, good questions. Good questions. So it costs a lot of money specifically. Great. So I must, oh yes, Slim says, the wedding ring costs an arm and a leg, but I don't care because it's worth it. Great. So this is the end of class 1 of 3 for expressions. So I'm excited to keep going with expressions for next class. I will be starting that one in just a couple minutes, but for everyone who's watching, you can, if you would like to get updates on my classes, just little pieces of help for SATs or anything. I've been posting things on my wall lately to help you. So you can like my Facebook page as well. And, oh, Bimal, I did not realize you joined the class. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Now only I joined in the class. I had no time to join.
That's okay.
Yes,
maybe join next class.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll try.
Okay, great. I gotta end class now, but thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next class, hopefully.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
You're